Hello everybody and welcome, my name is Ursa and we're playing Age of Steam Victoria today. That's right, the one everyone was very excited about. I finally got to playing it, I'm really looking forward to this. It's the third leader of the English pass, and oh boy, does it look ridiculous. We'll get to that in a second. Now if you're watching this merry little playthrough and you're thinking, wow, the mods that Ursa uses, the user interface mods, the graphics mods, whatever they are, they look really good. Well, I use a few of them, so come along to Discord, I keep a full list there. And also, the save file for this very game. You can play alongside me. But to explain, today we have a standard sized map with 8 civilizations and 16 city-states, a balanced start position, abundant resources, and the script is a beautiful little script from the alternate cartography mod, one of my favorite mods in the game. The mega talented Nunge has made this one, and it is an atoll map, a world made of shallow island chains around large inland seas with an abundance of reefs and sea resources. It's so much fun. I really enjoy this map. It's basically like Archipelago, but much more islandy, much more like horseshoey. Like there's a lot of atoll-shaped things, and there are resources everywhere. Oh, it should be a lot of fun. To say that I'm looking forward to getting started with it would be an understatement, and looking at this start, oh, we've got a bit of a game on our hands, because this is a really weird one. Oh yes, and to add, Deity, of course, standard speed, and today we have Barb Clans, Monopolies and Corporations, and Secret Societies modes all on. Now I have Monopolies and Corporations mode turned on. I have disabled Culture Victory today, so don't worry, we're not going to be taking a Culture Victory. I know there's a mod that fixes it so that you can change it, but I just fancy playing with Monopolies and Corporations in its unabridged, unashamed form, so that's what we're going to be doing today. All good? Let's get started. But before we get started today, I need to tell you about something concerning. Here is Ursa Bear. Ursa Bear was going about their daily life, chomping on crisps, playing Civ 6, when disaster struck. Ursa Bear was unfairly expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Sad, alone, scared, Ursa Bear made his way to the fabled promised land, the University of Sancor. But there was a catch. The head of the University of Sancor, the vampire Lord Sucklington, refused to let Ursa Bear attend. Without 50,000 subscriptions on his application to enroll, Ursa Bear did not qualify for their world-leading education. The University of Sancor takes only the best. Will you help Ursa Bear stick it to Oxford? Will you subscribe today? Thank you, and back to the video. Now, turn 1 and a few things strike me. First of all, there is no fresh water in sight anywhere. This is a coastal start, there are no rivers and no lakes. This is coast on both sides. So already, housing is looking problematic. We've got to probably think to vanish down pottery fairly quickly, animal husbandry to pick up pastures, celestial navigation for Royal Navy dockyards. Now, I wanted to do that anyway because, of course, we're playing England today, and that's always really fun, but lighthouses add a lot of housing if my city is on the coast. Otherwise, we're going to find our cities just don't grow. The other thing is that obviously this is a Plains Hill. That's a 2 food, 2 production tile to be settling on, and I would immediately be working the citrus to my left. That does sound pretty good. As starts go, I think that probably might be my best option. The other things I notice, if I were to go and settle on this wheat, I would obviously pick up the wheat underneath my capital, but I would also have a canal city, and we all know how I feel about canal cities. I could go and settle on the citrus, I'd pick that up turn 1, but I'd lose a little bit of the good yields from the surrounding tiles. Oh, look at that, 3 fish. 3 fish? 3 food, 1 production, 1 gold coastal fish reef. That's a good old tile. There's another one down there as well. There's a lot in range of my capital here, actually. Like a huge amount in range. So there's a few different starts. I think you could argue a bunch of different ways. I'm tempted to settle in place and make use of this hill tile. There's not a lot of production around me. I'm probably going to be leaning a lot on gold and on trade routes this game, but we can get production, especially if we get God of the Seas. The other thing I am really noticing is what is going on with this sort of fleshy puce color with England. Oh, that's possibly one of the worst color schemes I've seen in some time. That's saying something. Oh yeah, we have a lot of reefs. So campus-wise, we should be good. How are we going to be playing this game? Let's have just a quick look at England. You can see we get 2 production to all strategic resources. That's huge. Like if I find horses and iron early game, we've got production for days. That'll massively help with this start. Then we get on to the real thing. 10% production in cities for an industrial zone building in that city. So it's not for the industrial zone, it's for the buildings within it. So if I put an industrial industrial zone down, nothing happens. If I put a workshop into it, 10% production in that city. A factory, another 10%. Coal power plant, another 10%. So, in theory, as long as I have an industrial zone in the city, I will be getting 30% production in all cities. That's quite a lot. Combine that as well with the idea of getting coal and iron at faster rates, at building military engineers faster, at having more charges on the military engineers, at getting more yields when powered buildings are active, at getting stockpiles for harbour buildings, and you get to this one, 20% production towards industrial zone buildings. We are going to be absolutely snowballing as soon as we get anywhere near industrialization. We are, of course, the Age of Steam. Just got to hold in for that one. But I like this plus 2 production towards strategic resources. That's a huge thing. Royal Navy dockyards, that will come online very quickly as well. I think we've got to be focusing on getting our harbours up as quickly as we can. I do like the idea of putting the occasional campus down, especially if I can use a double reef point. That would be handy. Maybe even using government plaza to get that going. And then monopolies and corporations and secret societies modes are popping along. I do want to see just how much production we can get in one city. I think this game, we should be able to get some fairly silly numbers. I think I'm thinking about this as I'm going through. I like the idea of working this tile immediately. I like the idea of having good yields in my city centre. I'm going to settle in place. I think you could argue going there. But the thing I like about this tile is that actually doesn't have any fish on it. So I'm not ruining anything by putting my Royal Navy dockyard on that tile. And already we've got to think about very seriously getting the Mausoleum. Now, I don't know which of those 2 spots I'm going to pop it on, but certainly one of them has to. That means that probably this reef is the one I'm going to be using in my capital, or this one. So one of these 2 locations will be a campus. There are quite a few wonders that I would like to keep an eye on as well when playing with England today, because I want to be focusing on anything that can give me production. So if I just list them all out at the top of the map, any game with Kilwer in it is a good game. Any game with Casa in it is a good game. Now, Casa is really important because that will give me 15% production in cities in a governor if it's on a different continent to my capital. So we might be able to make a second trading hub outside of London. Ruhr Valley, difficult to do in London at the moment because I've got no rivers, but something I would like. And then Amundsen Scott. These are the 4 production wonders that are very, very important. Now, I've already spoken about Mausoleum in my capital. Obviously, any other wonder I can pick up is a good thing, but that's kind of where I'm heading at the moment. The other thing that I'm looking at here is horses. Horses, 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 horses. They can only get placed on grassland and plains, and I've got quite a bit of both around me. There could be horses on this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile. I'm not sure. Maybe even this one down there. I want to discover them as quick as possible because I think that that's going to be really handy for me. I do like the idea of going for a religion this game, but with only 8 players, I think that's 5 religions that'll be popped on this map, and I could just go for a golden age, go for the Exodus of Evangelists, get my golden age religion that way, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to gamble on the idea that I might have horses fairly quickly, so I'm actually going to use my first production. Atoll maps, by the way, are traditionally very, very small. So you'll have lots and lots of little islands. There's no real point about me making scouts or anything in this game. I mean, I could make 1 scout. Let's gamble on the scout. I was thinking about putting the production into builder, but you can see London's actually going to grow in 5 turns. So I might as well go for the settler quite quickly after that. We'll see how it goes. Well, already we've got a very mixed up start. Look at this. 3 reefs all in an adjacency. That leads to a very good campus. This one, unfortunately, has a silver on top of it. Definitely, I think keeping an eye on a heavy science playthrough this game is going to be important. Atoll maps do have a lot of reefs. AI is probably going to go for a lot of campuses as well. What's in this one? Void Singers. We found Void Singers already. I don't know what secret society I'm going to go for. I really don't. England plays so many ways. I could go Void Singers and I could go for a little bit of additional faith, play a very faith-heavy England. I could do what we did in the Elizabeth game and lean into owls because then I can get double trade routes and really work on the Royal Navy dockyards. I'm tempted to do that because I kind of want a city-state monopoly on this game because it's corporations and monopolies and all that sort of stuff. It kind of leans into the owls playthrough. Either way, I'm going to use this as a little bit of a shotgun and I'm going to use my first governor to get Pingala. Now, I could use it to get in Amani. That's normally the strategy I'm going for, but I'm going to have quite a difficult population start in London. So I want to maximize the population that I've got working here. Any science, any culture I can get is all good. Midler has been met by somebody already. Interesting. Oh, and they have 2 envoys and Armani there. Ah, that's slightly worrying, but it means that it's, yeah, heavy campus start. Definitely that's where we're leaning, isn't it? Let's go send my scout off in the other direction, and we're on 2 population already. Let's just go straight for settler. Let's do it. Why not? Mogadishu. Hey, Mogadishu is really handy. Immune traders. It cannot be pillaged at sea. That's really good for a mostly sea-based map. They want a spearman. You want 6 population. Okay, we can probably do things. But Midler is giving me 2 gold per turn. Yeah, in the capital. That's handy. What I'm expecting is that I'm basically going to have to just save my gold and then use it to, if I get horses around me, probably end up trying to buy the horse tile. That's kind of my prediction on this. Hopefully I'll be able to use my gold for something more constructive, but we'll see. I was just about to say, I wonder who's next to us. Curtain, the absolute bastion of peace, the hawk of war, absolutely is going to invade me at the beginning. Honor to meet you. Exchange information on capitals. Yes, I quite like to see where they are. They are south. Okay, they share a land border with me, I think. That gives me the incentive to be going to settle down here as quickly as I can to block them off. I think that's going to be the best thing that I could do. They've started unfriendly with me. Hang on, that's not on. They didn't even go to neutral. Oh, Curtain's going to play one of those games. Yeah, now I think I've got to massively think very quickly about blocking this area off. It would be a good canal city in here as well, which would be handy. Let's have a look and see where we could settle. I could settle on top of the silk and then canal later, or I could settle on this sort of 3-way intersection there. That would be relatively amusing. It would be quite easy to defend as well. Oh, that silk would have been a +4 campus. There's a lot of luxuries on top of all of my good campus spots here today. I think this is going to be a reoccurring theme. Yeah, I reckon settling right on that intersection so I can move my boats through. That's not a bad idea logistically, is it? There's a lot of desert over here as well. I'm not probably going to end up petraing this, but this would be good just to throw lots of districts onto. Sometimes when you've got desert, you just throw districts on it, make use of the land that way. But I think, yeah, we've got to go and settle down here as quickly as possible. Look at that curtain. They just plain don't like me. Australia not liking England under Victoria? What could possibly have led that way? Right, we've just unlocked animal husbandry. I don't think we've got anything. Nope. No, we do. Okay, we have 1 source of horse. How much horse have we unlocked? 2 sources. Mogadishu's got 1. Mogadishu's got to die. I'm kidding. Okay, that's not great. I was really hoping for more strategics, but this is where England gets a little bit exciting because 2 productions or strategic resources, that is a big amount of production. It also does not need to be improved. It just has to be. As predicted, my gold immediately is going to go just into this tile. You can see at the moment I am working just this 2-1 tile down there, but now I can go wha-bam, and suddenly that's a 3-3 tile. Oh, that's a good start. That is a very, very good start. And I think I've just shaved 3 turns off my settler at the very minimum. Perfect. Now, I've got options. I can try and unlock iron as quickly as possible to try and do the same with iron, and hopefully we've got some. Or I can try and bolster my natural defenses. I think curtain's probably going to go for me, and I need to explore around the map quickly, discover city-states, try and work out my place in this world. So I could go sailing really quickly, or I could go pottery into irrigation into campus. Now, I do have citrus. Would be probably worth getting that at some point. That would involve getting writing fairly quickly to get my campuses down for a bit of defense. I think we've got to go sailing though, allowing builders to embarking and unlocking some of my fishing boats. I mean, that would probably be quite an important thing. Mogadishu is going to get me totally stuck here, isn't it? I can just see this happening. Oh no, I'm all good. That's not so good though. That is a barb encampment. Right, I'm going to have to actually pull this warrior back and send my scout over to try and deal with this one. Hire a galley. I could do that. That's not too bad. But this will block off my settler, and I just want to block off this area as quick as I can. There's no point trying to settle down there. It's already -20, but this I think I can hold on to. We're going to need some discipline to deal with these barb encampments. And then God King. I'd like a Pantheon. I'd like it fairly quickly. We don't really have anything giving me faith per turn, so we'll have to just pick God King and hope that's enough. London's already hit its housing cap. Joy, joy, joy. And to make it even better, yeah, there is a barbarian galley in the central aspect of this atoll, which means it's going to be very tricky to put fishing boats down in this area, so we might have to just put fishing boats down to the north. Oh, that's a bit annoying. It's okay. We can do it. We can can do it. We'll be able to pull this one off. It's just going to be a tricky little start. Okay, my scout is holding the pass. So the barbs can't get to my capital, which is a good thing. I've got my warrior back. I think we should be able to deal with this barb encampment fairly quickly. Yeah, it's got decent attack against it. See if they retaliate. They may retaliate. Nope, they're just going to leave me be. Fine. Gives me the time to heal. Lets my settler draw a little bit closer. And housing. Housing's the big problem. I've got to put a couple of sailing boats down. I've got to put a couple of improvements down. So let's get that builder up as quickly as possible. Now that I've got sailing, I'm going to need pottery. Housing in London. It's going to be a huge problem. Just giving myself one turn to heal my units around this barb encampment. Oh, it's a quadrireme. Okay, that is slightly annoying. I'm going to have to actually get a galley out, I think, in order to deal with that. Oh, I thought it would survive that attack. I just lost my starting warrior. That was a silly move. Okay, I'm going to lose my scout as well if I go and raid that encampment right now. 155 gold. It would be really handy, Curtin, if you weren't denouncing me literally from turn 1. Do I hold on and try and go for the galley? It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. I think this city's going to get pillaged, isn't it? It's going to get killed if I settle it there without reinforcements. I'm going to have to actually build another warrior and come back at this again. That's ridiculous, but yeah, we're going to have to actually pull back here and not settle right now. Or do I just go for it? Do I just go for it in the spirit of what's the worst that could happen? I mean, the barbarians will appear and raise the city. That's the worst that could happen. But yeah, right. I'm just going to hold off for maybe a turn. As soon as I can get that galley, I can put the galley in the city and I'll feel more secure. Actually, yeah, look, that's better because they can't attack it as well. It's only 2 turns. Let's just hold off 2 turns. I'm just convinced. I'm absolutely convinced that city is going to get just levied and raised to the floor. As soon as I pop it down, I'm just taking such a risk. Oh, look, sea tornadoes as well, just to make it really feel precarious. There's pottery. There's craftsmanship. Okay, right. Let's not go Agogi. I'm just going to need to use the troops I've got. Now we'll found the city. Stoke-upon-Trent. Beautiful. Hire the galley. There's the sailor's yarn. And I'm just going to hide it in Stoke. I'll let them come to me. I think that's the cleverest move. Maybe. We'll go straight for foreign trade. I'll get a builder out. I think this should... it should secure me. I think we'll be okay, but it's going to be a close one. Do I go for bronze working? See if there's the iron anywhere? Or do I go now for ship building as soon as I get 2 galleys? Let's go writing. I might need the campuses earlier than I thought. So London's getting the builder back running again. I like that. That's fun. There are still barbarians floating around in the sea, but this barb encampment is still unprotected. Okay, I built the warrior. I can get rid of it. The galley seems to have gone, so I'm gonna just try and get rid of this quickly now. The other galley's probably gonna reappear and start attacking Stoke immediately. No, it's not. Why am I so, I feel so, yeah, like I'm going to get killed, but let's just disperse the clan immediately. We might be going forced Dark Age here. There's Sanguine Pact. I think Owls is definitely the option here that I want to go for, but yeah, we'll see how that one plays out. Granary, builder. I never normally focus on infrastructure this much around my capital, but I need it to get to as close to 10 population as quickly as possible before we start spreading out too much here. And I feel like there's not going to be much hill on this map. So today I'm going to go Ranger. I normally go for Alpine, but I think that's probably the better option for me today. Okay, you're going to need to move off that horse. Oh, why are you healing so slowly on that tile? Get off. I'm trying to improve it. There's writing. Who's going for what? Somebody's going for profit points. Somebody's going for scientist. It's turn 33. No one's really gone for stuff too early right now, so that's okay. I think this is just going to be one of those relatively slow start sort of games, really. Okay, I need you off this horse. Come on. Go. Move. 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 Why are you not moving? Oh, this is the most annoying thing. I don't want to declare war on Mogadishu, but right now I feel like I do. It's petty, but I want to. Fine, I'll go and settle and improve this fish. Like, you're forcing my hand here. No, they're not even moving. They just stood still on top of that tile. Go away. Oh, well, at least we've got 1 fishing boat. That's pushed my housing to 5. Granary will be finished very soon as well. Maybe it's because they're immobilized by the fact that there's a galley there? I don't even know. AI sometimes just works in mysterious ways. Owls. We've discovered owls. Okay. Why did I discover owls there? Oh, because I've now got an envoy with Mittler. Yes, of course, bronze working. That's why. That's cool. Extra science per turn. Oh, Australia's jumped up from about 8 to 14 science. I think they've got their first campus down now. Yeah, they have. Australia are going to be an absolute bugbear on this map. Atoll maps, generally, very high appeal. appeal. And we know what Australia is like with appeal. It means all of their campuses are going to have at least +3. I thought about it, and I think this galley, I'm just going to use it to explore. I was going to keep it to kind of protect me a little bit, but makes sense. So yeah, Australia are starting to explore around that. Look at all these reefs. Oh, they're going to have so much science. We're going to have a lot of problems. Oh, look at that. The turn I can get my citrus improved. The turn I can get my citrus improved. Then they move off. Oh, you absolute... Whoa. Fine. Fine. I'll improve the plantation. That'll give me a little bit of gold per turn, but I'm not happy by that. There's foreign trade. Okay. Discipline I'm not so keen on now, but maritime industries would let me build a few boats, and that would let me explore, get out into the world. That's good. God King, I think I need 25 faith. Yeah, so I've got it already. So I'm actually going to take a gamble and just switch to urban planning now with maritime industries. That should be fine. Builder is looking nice on these two, and then yeah, we'll start building some boats. Get out and about, get early empire rocking, get state workforce maybe. Yeah, well I do want a campus. There's a lot of things I do want. I'm not going to be able to afford all of them though. I have neither the time, the production, or the energy. Here's the Pantheon, and God of the Sea is still available. Now, have you seen how many resources are on the sea? Hang on, let me just show you. This is how many resources are on coast tiles around me. I mean, yeah. Well, no, I guess. Oh no, hang on. We've picked up these as well. But still, look, it's God of the Sea. Okay, it's clearly happening. We're getting the production from God of the Sea. All we need to do now is find Auckland, and we're going to be very happy indeed. So let's get these builders out. Let's start improving all of the little fishies. London's got a lot of population now. We can improve this silk for another luxury. It's not a bad little setup. Not a bad start at all. Gradient dust storm. Oh no, that's not good. Where's that going? East. You know what? I feel like this builder may be more needed than I would want them to be at this early stage, but never mind. 7 turns for a campus, 9 turns for a settler, and only 3 turns for a galley. Let's get the boats out as fast as possible. 1, 2. I'll send 1 in that direction, 1 in this direction, and then this galley, you head back down to the south. I think I only need 2, and then after that point, then I'll go for the campus. Oh, someone's there. Oh, what is that colour? It's one of the new leaders, isn't it? Is that New Persia? Looks like a strange old colour, that one. Let's just roll the dice and hope for a heavy iron start. I mean, we're playing as Steam Vicky. This is what she does. Desert hills, grassland hills, plains hills. I mean, my big problem, you know, is the lack of hills. There's only 2 around me, so I reckon that maybe my capital will probably have some on it. I don't know. We'll see. 2 tiles have gained fertility. Interesting. I would prefer it if you didn't just remove all of my, you know, improvements, but we'll see how this goes. Another production. That's a 3-4 tile. 7 yield on 1 tile now. Lovely. Go on, everybody blow it to the south. Everyone stand on the shore. Nope. Nope. Removed. Oh, I just removed the improvement. I knew I shouldn't have done that. Oh, typical, isn't it? Fine. It removed it, so I'll have to put that back down now and then go fix this one. But honestly, sometimes I swear it waits. It waits to see what you do and then just ruins your day. I'm actually going to see if I can not discover who that is until the next era. A forced Dark Age, I think, actually works quite well for me here. Where to put the campus, though? Ooh, that's a good question. I think I might actually utilize some of these desert tiles. That's probably not a bad move for me, so we'll pop it down there. I'm not going to do much else with them. Preslav, oh, that's a good boost for us there. And we're the first to meet them as well. Perfect. Extra production in my capital towards the aforementioned galleys. We like that. Get the silk on board as well. Australia, I think, have kind of forgotten about the fact that they had denounced me, which is a good thing. If I can get Australia on side, I'll feel a lot more secure about where we're sort of settled and what we're trying to do. Hobart, yeah, they definitely settled towards me, but they can't actually get any closer to me now, which is wonderful. So we've done well on our settlement there. Also, interestingly, Australia are going to get citrus themselves, but I can sell it to them for 15 gold per turn, which I'm going to do. Yeah, I love that. Always trade. I would always rather get rid of my luxuries beginning of the game and get some gold in the bank. To me, it's always a no-brainer. 2 turns now. Let's just hope that we don't explore too much in that time frame. There's a lot of tribal villages around me on different continents. We'll have to keep an eye on those. There were the 2 aforementioned galleys. I've got 1 heading in this direction, 1 heading in that direction. Let's just... I might build 1 more, just because then I feel like Australia is less likely to attack me. I do not trust them. They need any reason I can give them to not attack me, and having a bit of a standing army, that will help. Bronze working. Come on, give me some iron. Give me some iron. It's... I'm not settled on it. 0 results. We have no iron. There we go. Look at this. Victoria. Strong iron bias on settling. Yeah? Uh-huh. Is that what you say? It's fine. Sometimes you have these games. It's not a problem. You just adapt, you improvise, you do something different. And today, I think as tempting as it is to do anything else, I am going to go owls because I just believe that trade routes, although we can't get awesome Elizabethan trade routes, they are going to massively help. Which did you go for? You haven't gone for anything just yet. Curtain. Interesting. Oh, they declined my delegation as well. They're desperate to not be friends with me, are they? Fine, we'll give them open borders. I think that, yeah, they now should have a positive reason to like me. God of the Sea Pantheon, so much fun. This is a 1 food, 3 gold tile. I'm working it. It's not very handy to my empire, but now it's a 2 food, 1 production, 3 gold tile. That is a lot better. We like that. So maritime industries, urban planning. I think we're probably going to whip out a settler at some point, aren't we? Or we're still going builders. No, settler. We'll go settlers for now. And this should be a deliberate dark age. So what we should be able to do, hopefully, is go to heroic next age, and that will help massively. Now we'll just check on the old loyalty per turn. Okay, good. Luckily, Stoke isn't too near this city. I was kind of worried that we would be losing loyalty there. If we are, it hasn't told me just yet, but I think for now we're okay. Let's go for... Free Inquiry is always really good because I'm very good at picking up these Eurekas and everyone gives me an era score. We could go for Exodus of Evangelists and just go for a religion, but I reckon we might not get it this age. Might be the next one, so I think Free Inquiry. Let's do it. Doing a bit of city planning. I mean, you know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I'm going to put a canal there. Why would I not? It's too good an option. So we'll see if we can put a canal there. I'm also thinking of popping a city on that tile. We've obviously got a good campus there, but I've also got a lovely Royal Navy dockyard, which would help onto that one. We've got a bunch of very good tiles to work around it. 3 cities I don't think is too much on that little spit of land. We can also put another city down. Doesn't really matter where it goes, but I will again just employ the old canal technique. In fact, I reckon we can pop another canal down on this tile and probably end up industrial zoning this one for +5, because all cities are going to need an industrial zone. That is an important thing that we've got to consider. And actually, I will be able to eventually canal that tile. That's causing me to think that I'm probably going to end up doing the old double industrial zone from one to the other. So Stoke's got this one and then this city's got that one. Yeah, interesting. Okay, I like this strategy. Not both of these are going to have to be campuses then. Going to have to think about where to put Casa. We really don't have much space. I don't think London's going to have the government plaza. It's too much. In fact, there is another option here. I could campus there. I could put the government plaza there, and then I could delete that one in order to put Casa down on that tile. It's not the worst idea, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we'll go for the campus on this tile. I'm not working it at the moment. It's a +2. Royal Navy Dockyard will pop along at some point, but until then, it's fine. Right, I need to employ these Dark Age cards where I can. So political philosophy, we're on our way to that. Got quite a lot of gold saved up here. I'm not entirely sure what I should do with it, but I think I'm going to get a builder and Stoke. I want to just build out these cities a little bit, and there's so many improved tiles that I could work just to get a bit of housing in this city. Until I get my Royal Navy Dockyards, housing is going to be a just eternal problem for me, so we'll see if we can get that as soon as we can. Well, Barb encampments, I could be getting an archer from that one. That's not a bad idea, because Preslav wants an archer, and it would give me a little bit of defense in case of barbarian incursion, but I think gold-wise, I think I'd rather just build one out first. We don't have a huge priority on that one. I still have no era score this age at all, which is a little concerning. Well, we'll go and meet whoever this is. I think, oh, it's going to tell me actually. Oh, it's Ottomans. Oh, it's new Ottomans. Oh, of course. Magnificence. Interesting. I haven't actually played against this version of the Ottomans yet. I'm intrigued to see what they play like, but unknown reason. They're also owls, so I reckon we could probably make friends with them pretty quick. So send them open borders under delegation. That should be plenty to get them on side. Australia's still insisting to not be my friend, which I'm finding a little frustrating, but that's okay. I can sell my silk for a lot of gold per turn. Again, I'm tempted to do that. I'd rather have slightly unhappy cities at this point. Celestial Navigation though. Oh, Royal Navy Dockyards. Yes. This is lovely. Whoa. Whoa, look at that. 4 relationship, and they've immediately decided that they are unhappy with me. Come on, don't be like that. I don't want to have a galley fight with you over a small patch of sea, okay? It's not one of those games. Let's just be chill. Who is that I just met? City-state that gives me culture every time I finish buildings. Not bad, but not what I'm looking for. Auckland, by the way. Auckland is the absolute golden city-state that we could find this game. That's what we're looking for. Auckland. Rapanui, that's Mao improvements. Okay, again, the city-state that gives you culture for districts on the coast, that would also be good. But we do have Bard clans on, so the chances of getting Auckland, hopefully at some point, are relatively high. I mean, I've had sea games like this without Auckland before, and they're annoying, but they do happen. So we shouldn't assume, oh, Australia are actually settling to this little city to the south, which is relatively cool. Abraham Lincoln. I think this is one of the first times I've actually met them in the field. Interesting. So US is here. US tends to play relatively sensibly. I don't know where I met them though. That's Mohenjo-Daro. Oh, Mohenjo-Daro is the housing one, and I think I've never. Oh, Washington's down there. Okay, interesting. They like me -10. I'll declare friendship. No, it's not going to work. That's a shame. Never mind. We can buy some amber from them though. That intrigues me a lot. And I've saved up a little bit of gold. I'm just going to plonk down a settler and then plonk my city down there. There's enough sort of good spaces around. Stoke was at its housing capacity anyway. I might as well build it. My first campus is done. I think only 1 religion's been taken. It has Feed the World, so that's annoying, but it's okay. I'll save up for my government plaza now whilst my capital's just waiting. I think it's going to give itself, like, how good are the traders at the moment? There is a 6 gold option with a science from Stoke, so I might as well do that. Let's get the trader going. Yeah, 6 gold per turn is nothing to sniff at. I think Amani might be very useful in this game. Should we just pop her into Preslav maybe and do some exploration around there? Let's do it. I like having Amani around, and there's nothing we found yet that we desperately need to keep, so we'll just use her as a scout. Wilhelmina! Oh, that's a very naval-based trading civ. Interesting. I don't know if Wilhelmina's going to be my friend, but we'll keep an eye on them. Oh, and Wales again. I like it when, you know, they have some luxuries for me to buy. Just helps me to sell my own. My cities are now happy, which is awesome. Celestial navigation. Done. Perfect. Okay, right. So Stoke is just doing its thing, but London can immediately try and grab the Royal Navy dockyard for 4 turns. I mean, it's a 4 gold per turn building. It's going to give me 2 admiral points per turn. There's a lot of people going for admiral points already, which isn't great, but it's fine. We can live with it for now. I think we should be, hopefully, the first civ not only to circumnavigate the globe, but also to meet everybody. That's kind of our aim here. And now to get over as much land as we can, I think we're going to go shipbuilding. Let's get all units available to embark. We can get across the seas, start getting some of these tribal villages, which is good. People are sending me delegations. I like that. Oh, my galleys are being ripped apart by barbarians. Never mind. Yeah, I reckon this should be okay. And city number 3, Birmingham. It is a canal city. I guess that sort of works, doesn't it? Let's go for the Royal Navy dockyard to start with. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 12 gold per turn now for Canberra. Lovely. Oh, I like that a lot. Plus an extra science as well. We'll take that nicely. Campus number 2 is finished. Preslav is now on side as well. So recorded history is boosted. There's the campus. Now, if I build libraries, I do get era score. I am aware of that. It's a really good thing to do. Definitely something I want to keep an eye on. Sweden. Someone is always around to buy my Diplo favor. That's something we like a lot. Relationships, I think she's owls as well. Good. Oh, fine. We'll try again. I would like just at least one friend. One friend would make me feel a lot better about this whole situation. Let's try that. Australia's doing that thing where I'm pretty sure they're trying to gear up to attack me because they like me +9 and they're refusing to make friendship or to do anything. The Ottomans have become friends though. So we do have one friend. I'm looking for as much short-term security as we can get just so I can expand into my heroic age as much as possible. Also, no one's really gone for a religion apart from the one person who got it. There's the Royal Navy dockyard. There's friendship with Sweden. Okay, so we've gone from 0 friendships to 2 almost immediately. I like that. And London, rather than building the lighthouse, is going to go immediately into the government plaza for a little bit more science, but more importantly, so I can start putting myself governors into Pingala and into London. I reckon we can get up to about 25 science per turn very quickly. Feels really weird, this, but I'm actually going to build my Royal Navy dockyard not next to my city. I'm going to build it 1 tile away. Is that on a crab? Oh, it is on a crab. I was just trying to avoid as many resources as I could here. I don't think I'm going to be able to fully. But these are worked fish towers, and I kind of want to keep those. So we'll get rid of those crabs. Sorry, giant crabs. Ugh, don't scuttle sideways and claim revenge with your snippiness. I promise it wasn't deliberate. Brunei. Oh, I should be moving Omani on. I totally forgot. Let's move her now to Mogadishu. Again, each time I do this, I get a bit of era score, a little bit more discovery as well. Mount Vesuvius. We've found the Hermetic Order. I'd love to see how many ley lines there are on a map. That's the only problem I find whenever you don't go for Hermetic Order. It's like that unknown. How many ley lines were there? You just start spotting them across the AI's lands. You start suddenly seeing all these random tiles with tons and tons of yield inexplicably. And you're like, ah, yes, that would have been a fun day. Never mind. 500 gold now. What do I do with this gold? Do I just get some libraries down? Is that a thing? Each of them worth 3 science. It might not be a bad idea. Or do I use them to make money Do I go for lighthouses? That would make my capital a lot more housing-y and a lot more foodie. How many of these tiles am I working? 1, 2, 3, 4 at the very minimum. Yeah, you know what? Lighthouse I think has got to be the thing, isn't it? So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to absolutely not do. I'm going to get totally distracted and buy 2 monuments because that doubles my culture per turn. What I was thinking is to get political philosophy, and then I'm going to go to defensive tactics and get Mausoleum as quickly as possible. That's going to be a really good and very powerful pickup in my capital, so we'll work towards that. And then I'm going to go apprenticeship as well, get some industrial zones, get some great engineers, get some wonders down, make ourselves as industrial as possible. There's Singapore, the first to meet them, and we can go political philosophy. I'm not building any wonders currently, I'm not doing any war currently, so I default to classical republic. It's always my favorite. I always think it's the best one. Not building any settlers right now, so I'll go urban planning. We know that's working for me. Conscription will give me some gold, but gold is not my problem right now. Let's go diplomatic league. Let's go charismatic leader. I want to get some envoys with city-states as quick as possible. We've got an extra economic policy slot from the owls, so we can afford to do that. And then I'll go build a production, and I guess I'll end up putting in, yeah, settlers. I'm going to end up doing it. I kind of didn't think I would, but we've done it now. There's the government plaza. Perfectly. Pingala, give yourself connoisseur. Beautiful. Oh, I was actually avoiding production there for some reason. And we've gone from 10 culture per turn to 19 culture per turn. That's pretty good, don't you think? And now we get the lighthouse. Perfect. Political philosophy. I want to go to defensive tactics. Let's go games and recreation. I don't have the construction tech at the moment. You never know. I might pick it up at some point. Oh, this boat cannot get through here. How am I to circumnavigate the globe if I can't get through? Mogadishu bows to me and my glory. Yes, you know you should. However, it's not where I want to go. We're going to go Singapore next because Singapore was in the middle of nowhere from memory. Yep, it's down there. That would be very helpful to go and find out what's around that sort of direction. So we'll go over there. We only need 5 more era score in this age. We've got 19 turns left. The heroic age should be fairly simple to get, I think, from this point. So my gold per turn should take a nice kick up here because I've got 2 Royal Navy dockyards are now finished in Birmingham and Stoke. Brilliant. I kind of think I might have to end up buying these lighthouses, which is a bit of a problem, but never mind. We'll get the builders going. That works on my Ilka ability, so that's fine. You see, Australia just has this continuous bit of land. This is all one continent. I love this whole thing. It's not that I'm looking at Australia now and thinking, oh, what a magnificent colony that would be, but I definitely, I am looking at Australia. Well, it was a nice voyage, galley. So goodbye. Ask no questions. Say no lies. Enjoy your rest. Goodbye, kind sir. Actually, Lincoln competes with Sweden for the price per unit of diplomatic favour. That's amazing. I actually didn't know that. That's really cool. Stoke is doing just fine. Let's put the lighthouse in Birmingham to start with. Bam. Look at that. There you go. The builders are going to massively help that city. The next one will go into Stoke. That's fine. London, you just help yourself to a trader after that. That'd be great. Up to currency, then we're almost up to apprenticeship, actually. Hopefully I might not be the first person to get great engineer points, but I should be one of the first, which would be quite useful. Defensive tactics. There it is. I was like not having defensive tactics. If you've got it, then you've been declared on. Okay, Australia and the Ottomans, both my friends, both my immediate neighbours. I feel a lot more secure now. I really do. London now has a lighthouse, which means it's going to have a bit more housing. It's going to go from 10 housing to 12, I think, or 13. I can never remember how that goes. 13. Yeah, it's 1 for the lighthouse and 2 for being on the coast, isn't it? Singapore is now my suzerain, which is awesome. And the food has massively increased in my capital. Look at that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tiles now being worked, which is great. Instead of that trader, let's just get the builder going first. Send an envoy. This will count as 2 if I send them to somewhere else. I think Bandar Brunei might be a good job. A little bit more gold for my lighthouse and in my capital. Yeah, these mercantile city-states are going to be very, very good ideas for me. We're moving on from Singapore as well. We'll go to, I guess, Bandar Brunei. That might not be a bad idea. Yep, let's do that. They may have discovered the other side of this very weird little continent. I'm trying my best here, absolute best, to circumnavigate the globe, and it is doing, there's this sort of stretch here that is impossible to get through. Lighthouse is built in Stoke as well. Oh yeah. Okay, right. These 3 cities are going to grow plump. Very plump. I like it. Let's get 1 more builder out, and then I'll start to think about getting libraries up and running. I reckon we can probably get to about 30 science per turn without any real issue. I'm going to dip into masonry quickly because I need ancient walls to get the boost for engineering. 2 city-states want engineering boosted. I also need an encampment, a galley, a spearman, an archer. I might just have to start, I really want to make an effort to do all of these city-state quests when I can, so I don't want to let any of those expire. Something I'm really practicing at the moment, city-state quests. It makes a huge difference. Absolutely huge difference. Oh, yes, well, that is an admiral. So I think that was one of my city-state quests, was it? Might have been. With somewhere at some point. I don't know who. The specifics are beyond me, but it's okay. So let's just get through these quests a little bit then. Let's do an archer, spearman, a galley. Fine. Archer, spearman, galley. I'm just gonna do it. Oh, why wait? My capital's got good production. It might as well. Something I was kind of thinking about though with strategics. I wonder where would be good to settle. There's got to be places around me. Yeah, strategics at the moment, we really do not have many. Apart from down there. Oh, now near Singapore. Oh yeah, England wants to go and settle Singapore. Funny that. Yeah, we might have to start just sending myself around to very strange places on this map, but yeah, I kind of want all this stuff. Oh, Great Barrier Reef is just above me. Literally just above me. Interesting. Oh, annoyingly, again, there's silver right on the tile. That would have been, just have a look at this campus. Bam, nice +4, but nope, nope. Oh, that looks like that is the, oh yeah, Bermuda Triangle. A workable Bermuda Triangle as well. Interesting. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Noted, noted. I have noted that quite considerably. Oh, hire a spearman. Oh, that's quick. Okay, let's do that. That was a city-state. Perfect. I've got 10 turns now, by the way. 1 wants a galley and 1 wants an archer. Oh, there is an archer. Right, okay. Hang on. I should have been checking this. So there's an archer for super cheap as well. Perfect. And we just need a galley. I don't think London, you're going to need to do that one, though. Let's just put a couple turns into... What are we going to do? Audience chamber? I could build really tall, but I kind of fancy spreading out a little bit today. So I think Ancestral Hall is where we're going to go. We'll keep an eye on that one. Actually, these units can now go across the sea, can't they? So we could be getting all the tribal huts. Bermuda Triangle. Oh, yeah, that's a very workable Bermuda Triangle. Look at that. Okay, right. Well, I think we're basically forced to settle that city there. I think that's yeah, we can't argue. It just is. It's just fact. It's just an inevitability in life. Tokugawa. Hello, honored to meet you. Love to sample your hospitality. Yes, I probably don't want to be exploring anymore, do I? But yeah, do I want to wait 9 turns and not do anything? I don't know. Change my mind in London. Let's put the walls up quickly. Now, the good thing about walls, again, is it's 2 city-states there. Bandar Brunei and Cahokia. Both mercantile city-states give me a lot more gold. If I keep them on side, that'll be lovely. Where am I sending my Omani next? I've already done Mogadishu, I believe, as I have Singapore and Preslav. I'll send it over to Cahokia. I don't think I've done that one just yet because I'm just about to do the quest for them. Perfect. I've just realized though, Tokugawa has 125 science. What is going on here? That's an 8 campus. You know what? That might be the sort of thing that is telling me why that is the case. What have you gone for? Hermetic Order. Oh no, Hermetic Order Japan. I think we found the final boss on this game already. They're on 21 techs to my 14, and they, I think, are probably going to be earning quite a few scientist points. 5.7. Yeah, they're just going mad. Okay, let's keep an eye on them. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Dayboy91, Seangrates, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Devil X, Skeptical Bear, Krogerbrand Trailmix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Amiri C, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boy Zorro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Bear, L. Truand, Creston, RB Hedge, Mushkin Mandeltort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennes. Thank you all for your support, it's amazing, see you all next time, goodbye!